Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Guna. Just a few more days now till the Premier League season gets underway. Really looking forward to it. I got Dedrick with me all the way from
Yes,
Indonesia. Hi bro, how are you?
Indonesia. Yes, I'm good now. I'm happy because Arsenal are in on top of the table. So yes, we are happy, Gunners.
Yeah, it's been amazing, bro. What a great start to the season it's been for us. Not just top of the table, but 5 points clear. Before we talk more about our situation, the season so far, and what we have coming up, I just wanted to ask you a little bit about the World Cup. Just finished a few days back. The final was something unbelievable. Like, what a game to finish the tournament. What are your overall thoughts?
Yeah, actually, World Cup. My country Indonesia was not involved in World Cup, so I don't watch a lot of game of World Cup. But I support England too because I'm a Gunners. You support England too, do you?
Yes, for sure.
Uh, Yes, actually, I put my hope to England because many Arsenal players there, but Gareth Southgate is not good a coach. So yeah, we England didn't go to semi-final or final. It's so sad. And then Argentina has won the World Cup. Actually, I have predicted it because Argentina has prepared after World Cup 2018. They changed the coach to Lionel Scaloni, so and then they won the Copa America. They prepare start from Copa America, and not many player change since Copa America to World Cup 2020, 2022. I mean, and then so I can predict Argentina is a strong team. Uh, and then I love to watch Morocco. They good play. They play well in World Cup. So I surprisingly get a one player from Morocco who can bring to Arsenal. It's Azizdine Onahi. It's a midfield. We can bring him to be Partey's backup. So yes, but my opinion, France is good team too. They are good. They play well. They can go to final twice, 2018 and now 2022. So I think for the next World Cup, France will go to final again. So what's your thoughts too?
Yeah, I thought France had a great World Cup and Mbappe was amazing. It just seemed like it was written in the stars that it was going to be Messi and Argentina winning it. He was outstanding all tournament. He scored in all the stages, and that final was just, I've never seen a game like that in a final. I mean, any competition, let alone a World Cup. It was just so good. And the tournament in general, I thought it was really good. We had some upsets. As you were talking about, Morocco done really well. So Saudi Arabia beat the eventual champions Argentina earlier in the tournament. And yeah, I think it was good in terms of for us. We played well. We've done well in the group stages, got past Senegal, and played really well against France as well. I thought we were a better team. Some decisions went against us. I don't know what that referee was on. Like really, there's fouls. The ones on Saka. Like, how is he not giving them as fouls? I don't understand. And that ended up costing us. Obviously, we know Harry Kane missed that penalty, but these things do happen. We saw in the final, it got decided by penalties. It's really difficult. It's a lot of fun watching penalties, but it's always hard. It's the amount of pressure on the players. But yeah, so for us, I thought it was an okay tournament. If we could have got past France, there's a great chance because in the semi final would have been against Morocco, but it wasn't to be. But we are improving. I hear what you're saying about Gareth Southgate. I think he's not a bad coach, but there's some tactical errors that he does make. I think I don't understand why he took Saka off in the game against France. He was the
Oh
best.
yes, again.
He was the best player in the pitch.
He took Theo Hernandez. Theo Hernandez was hard to face Saka, but Gareth Southgate was took Saka off. I don't know why he do that.
It really made no sense to do that, but yeah. So really did enjoy the World Cup. It was a bit strange being on in winter time, and the whole thing around it. There was a lot of controversy and stuff. But as a tournament itself, the football was very good. And it was nice, with early in the tournament, they had 4 games on in the day. So like we had games throughout the day from morning all the way through until nighttime. So yeah, I thought it was a good tournament overall. Wanted to ask you about Saka, but overall his performance in that World Cup, he was outstanding. As I was saying in the France game, we know there's some great players on the pitch, the likes of Mbappe, but Mbappe was very quiet in that game. And for me, by far, Saka was the best player on the pitch. And he had a great tournament, scoring goals. Got such a great player in the hands. We really got to get him tied up to a long-term contract. But yeah, what were your thoughts on his World Cup?
Yeah, Bukayo Saka is really good. In the past we saw Ronaldo against Messi, but in the future, I think we will see Mbappe against Saka. Media doesn't speak a lot about Saka, but I think Saka will be the Mbappe contenders than Erling Haaland because Erling Haaland just a striker, but Bukayo Saka plays like Messi for me. And about Saka's contracts extension. Actually, Arsenal really wants to extend Saka's contract, but Arsenal wants to keep Saka longly until 2028. But the wage are still in talks because if we want to keep Saka long, we should pay their wage hike too. It's not only Saka, uh, it's involved to Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Saliba. I think Saka will extend his contract in Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm very confident he will, but we need to get it tied down as soon as possible. A long-term contract as well, 5, 10 years. He's a great player. As you said, he's going to be one of the best players in the world. He's so young still, just getting better and better. Quick thing just before we move on from the World Cup, I wanted to ask you though is about the whole debate between Messi and Ronaldo, who was the better player. Do you think it's settled now after Messi won the World Cup that he is the best between the two and the GOAT?
Yeah, Messi has won everything in football, and you asked me to who is the best. For me, Lionel Messi is still the best because he plays start from midfielder until striker. He can play there, but Ronaldo is just like striker, just tap in goal. So I think yes, Messi has complete, and he's a goat now.
Okay. Sad news from the World Cup for us. Unfortunately, Gabriel Jesus got injured, and it was quite a severe injury which required surgery. And they said he's looking around 3 months out. It's been a couple of weeks since the surgery, so we're looking at still 2.5 months of him being unavailable. Really sad news for us. Massive blow. We know what a great player he is, and he's really made a difference to our attack since he's coming to our team. So, what are your thoughts on that situation with now what we should be looking to do? There's a lot of talk about us going into the transfer window. What do you think we should do?
Yeah, Gabriel Jesus is essential for us. His role is need for us because his role is not a tap in goaler. He is a striker who like false nine. He can play as attacking midfielder. He can play left winger in Arsenal. So yes, actually we need to bring a new striker. But who is the new striker? Because in the market we don't have a good strikers. And the last time Arsenal was linked to Dusan Vlahovic, but Dusan Vlahovic is not like Gabriel Jesus. I don't think Dusan Vlahovic can fit to Arteta's tactic. And then Mateus Cunha was linked to Arsenal, but now he moved to Wolverhampton. And we just have Eddie Nketiah, but Arsenal Gunners don't believe to Eddie Nketiah, but actually I can believe to Eddie Nketiah because he was good at Leeds United, but Arteta needs to change their tactic. Arteta needs to change Arsenal tactic because Eddie Nketiah is not like Gabriel Jesus. He's not a false nine. He's not. He can play. He cannot play to be false nine. He can play to be a winger. So Eddie Nketiah is a tap-in goal. So we can change the tactic, or we can play Gabriel Martinelli as 9. We can play Gabriel Martinelli as a striker, and then we can play Smith Rowe at left wing because we don't have a good striker in market.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get a striker in January, as we know, and the names we're being linked with, we're not sure. Like we're talking about Joe Felix, would he adapt to the Premier League back quickly? We need someone to come in and hit the ground running. So, yeah, got to look at what options we do have. As you said, Nketiah has different attributes to Jesus, so we have to adapt to his style. But Nketiah did do well when he came into the team last season. We saw that performance against Chelsea. Hopefully, he can be consistent. Hopefully, you get a goal early against West Ham. I mean, he can go on a run of scoring games and build his confidence. I mean, as you said, the other option is putting Martinelli up there as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that situation goes. Let's hope Gabriel Jesus recovers quickly. Wish him a speedy recovery. We really need him back as soon as possible. But they're saying 3 months from when the surgery happens, so we're looking at another 2.5 months. But obviously, you'll need time to get match fit as well. So really a massive blow for us. But these things happen. Injuries is part of the game, and we just got to do the best we can in the situation that we're in. Let's talk a little bit about our season so far. At the start of the season, we were talking ideally, the minimum target would be top 4. Where we're at now, not just top of the table, 5 points clear. It's been an unbelievable start. We've been so consistent this season that we just keep getting the wins. And even the one game that we lost, we were unlucky in that one. We deserved to get at least a draw, if not win that one. Played so well against Man United in that defeat. And you look at all our wins, they've been really well deserved. The only one you'd say we're a little bit lucky with was Leeds. We're a little bit shaky in that game, but we fought hard. And it was really important that when you're not playing well to still be able to get a win. And we did that. And it's been so dominant. If you look at the performances, we've gone to grounds, gone away to the likes of Crystal Palace, Brentford, 2 games that we lost last season, completely dominated in games, got the wins, saw what we did against Chelsea as well. Outstanding performance. They barely had any chances in that game. So it's been amazing at home and away from home. At home, we won all our games. So it's been such an amazing start. I wanted to ask you your thoughts on our season so far.
Yes, it's amazing season. Surprisingly, we did it well. I know Arsenal will be on top because, like, how good Arsenal in precision was, unbeaten in precision, and they look convincing, play greatly, solid team, and I like to watch Arsenal games because how they play with the ball, like Martin Odegaard in the ball, Saka on the ball, they play beautifully. And I have predicted on my Instagram that Arsenal will finish on top 2 in Premier League. So yes, top 4 will be guaranteed, but I don't know we can be a Premier League winner or not. But actually, I really hope Arsenal will be a Premier League winner because it's been a long time we didn't win the Premier League. So I really miss Arsenal to lift a Premier League trophy. Yes.
Yeah, let's hope so. It's been way too long since we won the Premier League, so hopefully this can be our season. I wanted to ask you a few questions about the season so far, then. Starting with, for you, what's your favorite win that we've had so far?
Yeah, actually, every Arsenal wins, I like it. So I don't have a real good Arsenal win, but my favorite Arsenal win was against Liverpool because 30 Arsenal has been a long time didn't beat Liverpool. So I like against Liverpool and it makes my heart breaks.
Okay, and what would you say has been our most important win so far?
Yes, my most important win was against Chelsea because we have to win to keep Arteta's record unbeaten at Stamford Bridge, 1 draw and 3 wins. So it's important for us to make Chelsea embrace, and we're happy to see Aubameyang said at Chelsea, don't we?
Yeah, for sure. It was brilliant. Such a great performance from us, completely dominating them. We saw before the game of Bamian talking about making that video. It's nothing personal. It was great. Gabriel's response at the end after the game when he said nothing personal. We completely shut them down, and he had nothing. So much so they had to take him off, substitute him. So yeah, brilliant season so far for us. Wanting to ask you a difficult question now because we have so many standout performances. You can name more than one if you want, but for you, who's been our player of the season so far? Yeah.
Uh, you know, I see Arsenal. Every player is good. Every player are good, but the my favorite was Gabriel and Saliba because I like two center back and they play good. They pass the ball well. So my actually Gabriel and Saliba are essential for us because they make our defense good.
Yeah, for sure. They've been outstanding. What a partnership. They've been, as I was saying, we've been going to difficult grounds away from home and just shutting the teams down, barely letting them have any chances. Been so good, so dominant. Okay, so now let's talk about our rivals. And it's really nice to say this that Man City are our rivals. When we started the season, we were talking about top four and the likes of Tottenham, Chelsea, Man United. Thought Liverpool and Man City would be a little bit far ahead. We want to catch up to their level, but we thought this season would be a bit difficult. But we've done so well that you got to say Man City are our main rivals. If you look at the gap we got to the likes of Liverpool, 15 points, Chelsea, Man United, all of them, we have big leads on them. So as it stands, our main rivals are Man City. They've looked a little bit shaky to me this season. All right, Haaland's been playing well. We know he's getting a lot of goals, and they have won many games. But just before the international break, thought they were very lucky to beat Leicester 1-0. Extremely lucky to beat Fulham. That penalty for me was really dubious, and they were lucky they got it right at the end of the game to win that one 2-1. I mean, against Brentford, Brentford played so well against them and deserved to beat them 2-1. So they've looked a little bit shaky to me. What's your thoughts on Man City?
Yes, for Man City, they have a new player. They play with a really pure striker, Erling Haaland. So they changed the tactic with the striker. So the player must do an adaptation again. So now they drop, and then they now play with two inverted wing back. So it makes they can get concede easily. And actually, Man City is same like last season, but we're doing great now. So that's why Man City now in second.
Yeah, we're doing amazing. The thing with City, we know we've seen in recent seasons, they're able to go on these long winning runs of winning 10 games in a row, getting close to 100 points, winning the league so many times in the last few years. So we know what a great team they are, but we just got to concentrate on ourselves. We're showing this season we're capable of going on them long runs and winning lots of games as well. So it's looking really good for us. Do you think we can win the title?
Yes, we will see later in January if we can bring new players because we need many players like in defensive midfield we need because if we lose Thomas Partey, I don't think we can be a Premier League winner. Then we need a new striker. It's because it's not only Gabriel Jesus injured because we just have two strikers, but we need more than two strikers. So striker and defensive midfield is essential for us. We need to bring a new one.
Okay. Yeah, as we were saying, it's difficult in the January transfer window, but hopefully we can get someone in. If you're not a striker, we've been linked strongly with this winger from Shakhtar Donetsk, Mudryk, as you say, centre defensive midfielder. We know there's a lot of games coming out of the FA Cup, the Europa League will be back soon, so we hope to increase our squad depth. So yeah, let's look ahead to what's coming up then. So for us, as we talk about focusing game one game at a time, the next one is West Ham. It's been a long break, so we've not had this situation ever before in the Premier League where there's been this big a gap between games. Normally, international breaks 2 weeks. This gap's been 4 or 5 weeks now, so it's like a bit of a reset. You can't really judge it. Normally, you'd say reform. book goes out the window in situations like this. We were in such great form before that international break, so hopefully we can continue, gel again quickly, and maintain the form we've been in. West Ham as well is a dangerous team. We know it's a London derby. They've done well recently in recent seasons. Not so much this season, but they've invested a lot in their team. They've got some good players. What's your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, actually, I think against West Ham will be an easy game because on the table West Ham now at 16 and we are on top, of course. And West Ham have many new players like Gianluca Scamacca, Lucas Paqueta, so they need do an adaptation again. And they have Declan Rice, who seems he doesn't want to play at West Ham anymore, so he plays unwell this season. And I mean my prediction for against West Ham lineup will Edin Ketia at striker, left wing Gabriel Martinelli, because Gabriel Martinelli has been ready last week. He plays for Arsenal in exhibition match. Then attacking midfielder we can play Odegaard, right winger we can play Bukayo Saka, to defensive midfield Granit Xhaka and Partey has been ready since World Cup, and left back I don't know Zinchenko can play or not. Last time he injured and he didn't play in exhibition Arsenal's match. Then the center back Gabriel and Ben White, because Saliba just come back from World Cup and he didn't do train with Arsenal. Then right back Tomiyasu, and the keeper of course Ramsdale.
Yeah, so apart from Gabriel Jesus and Saliba, we should be at full strength. Saliba, as you said, just finishing in the World Cup. He didn't play, but it's only been a few days ago, so it's unlikely he's going to be available for West Ham. Never know, it could be, but we've seen that we're so good at home this year. That's amazing. We won every single game, so let's hope we continue that. What's your correct score prediction?
My score prediction: Arsenal will win 2-0. Arsenal will clean sheet.
Okay, that would be amazing. So just to finish with, wanting to ask you a couple more things now. Looking at the season overall, I know it's difficult. It's only 14 games gone, but please give me your top 4 prediction.
My top 4 prediction same as no, now different. One Man City, 2 Arsenal, because I don't believe Arsenal will on top. But in February I can speak again because of transfer windows. And then 3 Newcastle, I think, because Newcastle has been great this season. Then top 4 will be Manchester United. Erik Ten Hag is so good, really.
Okay, talking to Manchester United, the next thing I wanted to ask you is the situation with Cristiano Ronaldo and what happened there with him and the club. So just before the international break, we saw he had that interview with Piers Morgan, and it led to Man United terminating his contract. What was your thoughts on that whole situation?
Yeah, Ronaldo wants to play in Champions League because, yeah, Manchester United didn't play in Champions League and he wants to compete with Lionel Messi, so he should be out from Manchester United. And how to be out from Manchester United? Yes, do an interview with Piers Morgan, because no one wants to buy Cristiano Ronaldo because their high prices. So Manchester United need to terminate his contract so he can go. Now he free again. He just need to a new club, but I don't know who wants to contract him. I don't know.
Yeah, it's difficult in the situation that he's in now because he's not the player he was. We know he's on the decline, and he wants to play in the Champions League. But who's going to want to sign him up? Be interesting to see what he does. There was some talk about maybe we should look to get him on a 6-month contract. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, no. You don't do that because he will break the our dressing room. He will break our dressing room if he join us. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think as great a player as he is, right? There's a lot of talk about how what his ego's like and how much trouble he was causing when he was at Man United. So, yeah, I think we as good a player as he was, he's not that good anymore. And you know, the argument is that okay, he's a legend of a player. Our players can learn from him, and he could get some goals for us, but it's too much of a risk to take. We've got a really united dressing room, and the policy that Arteta has been following with the transfer window is to bring young players in. So Ronaldo doesn't fit that model. So yeah, I don't see him coming. I'd rather he didn't come. I wanted to ask you about Arteta now. So it's his 3-year anniversary just a few days back. Congratulations to Mikel. What were your thoughts on how he's gone? We know it was a difficult time when he first took over. Done really well winning the FA Cup, and we had some low finishes in the Premier League. We're going through a really hard time, but we've seen him turn it around. We knew as a young manager it's going to take him time. He's learning on the job, and we had to have that patience with him. And you've got to say credit to the board. They kept the patience with him. They've backed him in the transfer window, and he's really turned things around. He wanted to get his type of players into the club, and he's got a lot of the ones that he didn't want in the team out, and done so well. If you look at what he used to talk about when he first come in, the non-negotiables, the team effort, the unity, working hard, and we saw in the Amazon documentary as well that the passion he has as a manager. So he's done
Yeah,
such a great job. What's your thoughts on him?
yeah. Like I said months ago in your YouTube, I said Mikel Arteta will be a top manager because he has leadership. He can control our dressing room, so he is good. And yes, Arteta is the youngest manager in Premier League now, but he can prove it to Gunners because yes, it in the first time we didn't believe on Arteta because he doesn't have a good experience, but yes, look at now. Arsenal are in on top after 3 years because yes, the process needs 3 years at least. So I think now is the time to be a Premier League champion.
Yeah, let's hope so. It'd be amazing if we can do it this season, but we can see the trajectory, what you talked about there, the process, how we've improved. As I was taking the recruitment, the type of players he's looked to bring to the club, we're seeing the process is going in the right direction. Hopefully, it'll be this year we can win the Premier League, but you can see we're getting closer and closer to challenging for it. So much so that this season, at the moment, we are definitely in the title race. So it's been great progress for him. Really credit to him, credit to the coaching staff, Edu, the scouts, the board. They've all done a great job. And the owners as well. They've been investing money. We know we spent a lot of money in the recent transfer windows last couple of seasons. So it's going really good for us, bro. Let's hope this will be our season. Thanks so much for your time, bro. I
Yeah,
look
this is
you.
thank you too. Thank
Yeah,
you for inviting.
you're welcome, bro. I look forward to speaking to you later in the season. We'll catch up again soon, and hopefully we've continued our great run and we continue to get them wins, and we're still at the top of the league next time I speak to you, bro. So that's all from us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.